Let's bring in our guest very quickly. We have joining us a lawyer to Okuama community, Chief Akpokona Omafuaire joins us now. And also on the line, I'm told we do have a special advisor to the Delta State Governor on peace building and conflict resolution. Mr. Edwin Uzor also joins us this morning. I'm going to start first with Mr. Edwin Uzor, please. I'd like to get your take and feedback on what the current situation really is. Ever since this incident did take place, has there been any form of resolution? And can you confirm to us that truly the second death was actually in the army custody?
Yeah, thank you very much. On the issue of the second death, we're yet to confirm that. The first death was reported, and as a government, we went to the family, we paid a condolence visit, and gave them the assurance of government that government will be by them. And since then, and up to now, government is on it to ensure that the remaining people are being released.
When you say the remaining people, how many people are we talking about here?
About 5 people.
Sorry?
About five
okay.
people.
All right, thank you very much. Let's now bring in our lawyer, Chief Akpokona Omafuaire. Please talk to us about, there have been several stories and stories swirling around when the Okuama community comes up. And one of them is the allegation about the army allegedly using this as an opportunity to extort the family members of those who are still held in detention. Can you confirm if that is true or not? And then give us some backstory as to, the current situation now.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. The issue is not really the army extorting the family. When these people were arrested in August, they were taken to unknown destination. Then, I think from around October, some persons, some of the family members started getting linked to one or two persons taking care of the arrested persons. So from that link, the late Oghoroko, the late PG family, it's like they have a connection to somebody within the military that is taking care of their father. Same thing with that of Okugbaye. So these persons, after the death of Oghoroko on Wednesday last week, they reached out to the family of Okugbaye that the man was in terrible state, and he is on dappers and all that. His health is so bad. That's when the community even cried out after Pa James died that, look, we heard that Dennis Okugbaye is also in a terrible state. Please, they should release him. Now, though the person who was taking care of the man till he died on Tuesday, or between on Monday and Tuesday, they needed some funds to take care of the man, maybe to see if they can change his, if his situation can change. That was the money that was sent between that Monday and that Tuesday. It's not the army extorting the family also.
That's a tough one, though. Anyway, let me come back to the special advisor. We did have another representative to the governor who joined us here live on the show, and there were conversations around ensuring that the community would be restored, the residents would actually have their homes back, but we do hear that they are still in the camp. There was also a report filed by a reporter who joined us earlier on, where those in the camp were complaining that the life they're living is not what they thought would continue. Can you share with us why it's taken so long for the governor to step in and ensure that there is a resolution, any mediation, and how long will it take for this community to remain the same way they are?
Okay, thank you very much. You can understand with me that problems come one day, destruction has been made, and it will take some time to get that place reactivated and done. the promise the government made, they are made. The government is rebuilding the primary school, rebuilding the secondary school, rebuilding the health center and the town hall, and it's ongoing. It's ongoing. Also, the ID camp is well equipped. The people in the ID camp, I don't think they're complaining. They have to be patient till a time when those rehabilitation will be completed and they'll go back to their communities.
Chief Omafuaire, do you agree that the people in the IDP camp, can see the efforts that has been made and they're not complaining?
No, somebody that is in a camp, there's no way you can compare living in the camp and living in your own house. Reasonably, I can say that the camp leadership led by my brother, Chief Akpokona, I think they have tried. I can say that. They have used even their connections to look at NDDC and other people to bring in relief material to the people. It's just that most of the people, they really want to go back to their home. I want to talk a bit about the projects that have been executed. The primary school, the health center, and the community town hall. I can tell you that the governor person is here. They should, after this meeting, they should go to Okuama and see for themselves the state of those programs. They are not meeting specification. Like the town hall, for instance, the size that was supposed to be built that is what they measured. What they are building is not up to that size. The primary school foundation, that ought to be, maybe you dig a very good foundation. They are not doing that. Even the community people, I was in the community on Sunday, they are angry that why should they be doing this kind of shoddy job and nobody is asking the question. So please, use this opportunity, tell them to go back to see whether the project they are executing meets what our governor wants them to execute for the people.
Okay, so Mr. Uzor, that's a call. That's a call made right now to you and also to the governor. Since you are representing the governor here live, can you answer to that? Because we're hearing now, from the mouth of Mr. Akpokona that it's not up to standard. Can you share with us why that is so?
Well, you cannot authoritatively say that because you don't know the BOQ that was approved. And also, you cannot expect, all your expectations can never be met. Take note of that. The government is doing its best, the contractors are working, but based on what he has just raised, we will advise the department in charge to visit the place again to see actually what is happening there. But I can assure you that the job is going on.
Okay, I'll bring Chief back into the conversation and ask, when the people of Okuama are spoken with, those who are in the internally displaced persons camp, what are their major demands right now? I know that returning to their homes is top of mind, but what are the other demands? What will justice look like in this situation for them? And are we getting any closer to, finding a final and lasting solution to the conflict that arose in the Okuama community?
The situation is made worse now by the death of the second person, because what they want, the people were not really complaining per se, because the governor promised and the governor started the projects in the community. But if you go back to the community, a lot of persons have returned and they are building small kiosks, small places, settlement for themselves. They are not really, they are trying to start their life back. Sometimes they go to the camp and come back to do their farming and other. They were still managing, until this debt issue is now what is causing problem, because the people are now saying that these people who are kidnapped, because I'm using the word kidnap because when you arrest somebody, definitely if you say you are doing investigation, you cannot tell me that from August to December they are yet to do investigation or to hand them to police to be charged to court. None of this person has been charged to court. We were in court to get the bail application at the Federal High Court. The matter was supposed to come up on the 9th. On the a day before, a week before that day, Pagence is dead. So the people in the camp, they are angry. They want their people to be freed. That is the best thing they want. Their best demand is not food or anything. They want their people, Okuama people want their leaders to be released unconditionally. And even the corpse of those people who are late, they also want them. Nobody is telling them exactly what is happening to those people that have been detained. Nobody knows, apart from the few insider information we are getting about them. Nobody knows exactly what is happening to them. That is the core of the problem. That is the problem in the community. Even yesterday, we were in the community, and the youth are angry. The leaders are trying to press the government. The youth are saying they want to go and block that creek by themselves. Nobody will pass that place until federal government will tell them whether they are members of Nigeria, they are from Nigeria state, or they are from another country. That is the problem.
Mr. Edwin Uzor, please help us react to this. Being in detention from August to December does not paint a good picture. It's the one thing that Nigerians will complain about when we see people who have been detained for days and weeks, and it feels like the world, or maybe the country, may have abandoned the Okuama community. And if the country is not speaking about the Okuama community as much, Delta State government should not abandon the Okuama community. So why are these men still in detention? And why don't we have a conclusive investigation that can, even if, you know, people need to be charged to court, that they should be charged to court already? What is your response to that?
You know, this is a security matter. And the security matter, the way it's being handled is not the way you think about it. The government of Delta State is making all effort to ensure that these people are being released. We are pained, we are not happy. The state is not happy at all. The government is not happy in what is happening. But there's a process. So let us allow that process to take its course. Then they will be released eventually.
Mr. Uzor, if we go back to actually this conflict that occurred, do we have a final information as to who carried out the raids on the Okuama community? Was it the army?
Who carried out what?
Who carried out the raising of buildings? Who set a number of those buildings on fire in the Okuama community? Do we have final information now as to what exactly happened and who carried out, you know, the actions there?
I cannot speak authoritatively on that. What to know that the place was raised down. But who raised it down, I cannot say.
All right. Let me ask. My question will be two parts. I'm going to start off first with, Mr. Akpokona. Let me start off with you first. Can you categorically tell us if the second death and the first one happened in the military custody? Was it in the army's custody? I would like you to clarify that before I ask my second question. Let's get that out of the way first.
Definitely by TVC, news. They were now arrested by News Central. It is the people who arrested them. They are in their custody and they are dead. They were not released. So if they are dead, two persons are dead, they died in their custody. I cited a medical report on Okugbaye by the Bori, from the Bori military division, Bori. I cited it. The medical report that was signed on the 6th that the man should be released because of health condition and on a health grant on old age 81, that the man is above 80. I cited it. In that document, it is from the Bori camp. It is the 6th division in Rivers State. So if the man died, is it not there that he died? So we know that these people died in detention, not in any other place, because they were the people who arrested them till today and have not charged them to court. They have not handed them to police. They are not in prison. They are in military custody. So if they die in military custody.
That's very sad to hear. Well, my second question is this, and I'd like it to be answered by the both of you gentlemen. Let me start off first with you again. The military had said they were going to set up a military panel of inquiry. I do recall that the Nigerian Bar Association said that it is illegal and unconstitutional because we're not running a military regime. Can you confirm to us if that military panel of inquiry was set up and whatever results that came out from it is the reason why we are where we are with this case? I'd like you to go ahead, Mr. Akpokona, before I listen to the essay as well on this same issue of the military.
You see, if there's a problem between the Nigerian army and a community, alleged community, because there is no court that has said that it is Okuama people who killed the military. Okuama people were also killed in that encounter. by the people who killed the police. And the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, obviously said in interviews that it has to do with oil, bunkering, whatever, and that Okugbaye from Bayelsa was the person who did it. He said it. You people can go back and dig, and you will see his statements. If the matter, you now know that it is a militant that did it, and you now come to raise a community, and you are now saying that you again, who raised the community, who is doing this one, you are also the person that will set up an inquiry. How will the people attend? That was why NBA said it is illegal, because no man can be a judge in his own case. Rather, the federal government or the state government should set up a body of inquiry that we have will be shared by maybe retired justices who are impeccable. That they should set up an inquiry, a commission of inquiry to look into the matter. Today, nothing is done. It's only the military inquiry. They came to Delta State Government House, and you expect the people to come there to give their own version of the story. And so I think they didn't attend, and I don't know what the outcome is. So that can never be. The federal government or the state must still set up an inquiry to know why did the military go to Okuama that particular day. What happened? What were they looking for? Who killed them? Who killed the Okuama people? And those who raised the Okuama community, who arrested Okuama leaders, and that they are dying one by one. Today, out of the 6 people, 2 are gone, remaining 4, and nothing is happening. And everybody says they have not been charged to court anywhere. But it has never happened before. Are we not? Is Nigeria not a country ruled by law that people can just be picked up and kept somewhere for over 4 months? No charges to court, and we are saying we are praying. Now the people are, I'm telling you, the Okuama people and the Urobo people are ready to go to International Criminal Court to take the Nigerian government, the Nigerian army to International Criminal Court. So since the Nigerian army, they don't obey laws, we will go to the International Criminal Court. That's the next step to take.
All right, Mr. Uzor, let's talk about, let's have your response to this. Also, again, he's made some very strong points. Nigeria is not in a we're not running a military government. And it's not a good look, not just to Nigerians, but also to the international community, that the military can pick up civilians and just detain them. And I hear you when you say it's a security concern, but Nigerian citizens also have rights, and their rights should be respected. If an investigation, has been carried out, or if an investigation is still being carried out, shouldn't a proper way to go about it be allow the army conclude whatever investigation before they then make arrests and then charge people who need to be charged to court, rather than detaining them indefinitely? They're saying now that they're going to the ICC. What do you have to say in response to that?
Well, the army has their own thinking, and the laws of the land also has its own way. So having looked at the whole issue, I think our advice is that the proper thing should be done. The proper thing should be done. The process should be followed.
What is the proper thing from your perspective? What is this proper thing that should be done and this proper process that should be followed?
The proper thing is that the people should be tried and if possibly charged to court.
But let me come in here as well. Why is it taking so long? I mean, from the responses that we've gotten and from the investigative journalism, in short, the reports from our correspondent, there seems to be a deep-seated feeling that the governor is not doing enough. I do understand that a letter was written to the senator representing the Ughelli South in Delta State on this issue to speak about it and also to write to the president. But after that statement was made, it seems to have fallen on deaf ears. Nothing is being done. Do you think that the governor is doing enough to help the people in that community? And do you think that putting a lot of weight on the president would also help in solving this problem? Can you answer to these questions?
Well, thank you very much. For you out there, that is the way you may be thinking. The governor has done a lot from onset. The governor met the NSA, met the chief of army staff, met the president over this issue. Like what I told you, it's a security concern. It's not a fire brigade issue. It's not a fire brigade issue.
But people are dying,
The governor is doing a lot. And even up till now, he's still doing his best to ensure that these people are being released.
Can you share with us some of the things? Can you share with us some of the things that the governor has done that can be considered as enough? At the end of the day, he's the governor of the Nigerian people. the Nigerian citizens. And if the citizens are complaining that they do not feel like he's doing enough, he has to answer to the Nigerian citizens. So please share with us what the governor has done.
The things the governor has done in terms of ensuring that these people are released is not what I will come to the open and begin to brief you. But the governor has done a lot. He has done enough, and he's still doing. He's doing
That's
enough
rhetoric.
to ensure that these people are released. You can see the narrative that has been put in place. All are from the governor, and so many other things that he's doing. But the issue of the things he's doing to show that he's doing enough is not what I will come here and begin to tell you. He's doing enough as far as we are concerned. He's doing enough, and he's still doing.
So that sounds like political rhetorics. When we are having conversation about what exactly the governor is doing, right? It's not something that should be shrouded in secrecy or something that should be hidden. From the get-go, when the situation with the Okuama community happened, the major complaint that they got was the response time that the governor had to this, his body language, how he hadn't even addressed it, not on his social media, not physically, not making a video. They complained that he did not address this early enough. So army officials were killed. Citizens in Delta State were killed.
They felt correct. That is not correct.
So please share the correct position.
This incident, no, that's not correct. This incident happened on 14th of March, 2024. And immediately it happened, the governor swung into action by going to the military base of that axis. From there, he went to Abuja to meet with the authorities. All these are the process he did. And when he came back, eventually, he moved the government team, people who are concerned with issues of this nature, including the army, to Okuama itself. That was done on 20th of April 2024. We were there. We visited there to see things ourselves. When he came back, he has to set up a committee that will mine the IDP. And the construction of the IDP was done. Food was supplied. Members are putting in there to work on the IDP, to supervise what is happening there. These are the areas the governor has done. And in terms of release, getting these people free, he's working on it. It's a security matter. And security matters is not what will come to television to begin to announce. He's working on it, and I know by God's grace, they will be released. They will be released after the processes has been completed.
Okay, Mr. Uzor, I mean, there's a lot that I'm sure Nigerians would love to ask. You've said the governor has done a lot. I do recall that when this incident took place in March, we also had Barrister Fred Latimo join us here live, who's also an essay to the Governor Oghoroko as well. And he did speak about the governor not being allowed entrance into the community, and that took place for a while. Is it possible that we can get a closure to this situation? And can we get your words? Can you confirm to us that the people, the community, the lawyer who has equally joined us for the community can get a closure, maybe sometime next week, that would equally tell everyone, Nigerians, the people of Okuama, Deltans, that this is what we want to do going forward? Is it possible? Because when we say he's doing a lot and people are not really getting to hear of it, it kind of like speaks a volume that nothing is really done. Can we get a closure on this?
We may do that if that is what you want, but for now,
it's not what I want.
The governor is doing a lot. He's interested that these people are being released. He's interested that the people get their freedom. He's working on it. But a security matter, it is not an easy task like that. There are a lot of investigations are going on. Don't forget that this incident that happened, the military rifles are yet to be found. So a lot of investigations are going on, and eventually they will come out with a position.
All right. Finally, Chief, let's bring you in. What are the demands? I know you've clearly stated the demands, but do we have a timeline we're looking at? I believe Mr. Uzor can speak briefly on this. It's Christmas in 13 days. Are we hoping that, or are we expectant that these people will be able to be reunited with their families before Christmas? And if this doesn't happen, if we go into another year and they're still in detention, as a peace building and conflict resolution expert. How do you foresee that this will strain further relationship, between the citizens in Okuama and its government? And that's to you, Mr. Uzor. And then to you, Chief, final question in a minute, to talk about what the next steps will be to ensure that we can find lasting solution to this unfortunate scenario. But Mr. Uzor, you can start first.
Okay. I cannot speak authoritatively that they will be united before Christmas, but I know definitely they will be united soonest. I know that, but I can't speak authoritatively that they will reunite with their family before Christmas.
And if this doesn't happen, before the end of the year, we're going to a new year with them still in detention. As the peace building and, conflict resolution expert, how do you think that this will impact the relationship between Delta State citizens, Okuama citizens, the government, the army, especially with the 2 deaths that have occurred of their leaders in detention?
Yes, we are aware. We are aware of the disturbances and the hardship the thing has caused. Nobody is happy over it. But we cannot speak authoritatively that they will rejoin with their family before end of the year. But definitely they will rejoin with their family after all investigations have been done. They are working on it and it will come to pass. We'll just plead with them to be patient. We are not happy. Nobody is happy with the situation there because they are human beings also. We know they are suffering. We know they are not comfortable, but they have to be patient. They have to be patient with security agents so that all things will come and pass.
All right, Chief, and your turn, in response to the question I asked.
Let me clear you. So if something happens is March, after March, around August, people were arrested, and this is December, and we are hearing that we are working, things are working. Only you should judge. So you will be able to judge how effective is this our working is. I will leave that as that. But the fear we had at the beginning, when these people were arrested, we knew that some of them might not even come back alive because there is a kind of conspiracy from home. When I say home, from Delta State here and other, concluding already that is pinning Okuama community to have committed that crime. They are negating the statement made, categorical statement of the chief of the first who said that the people, it is Okugbaye and his boys that did this killing. They are not thinking about that one. All they want is that they think in their mind. That is why they are behaving this manner, is that it is Okuama people who kill the people. So if they kill the people, they should be left to whatever fate that before them. That is what the people are suffering. Well, there is sadness in the community. There is sadness in the community. The people, women, they are angry because they know they are going to do the Christmas without receiving these people. We were supposed to be in court on the 9th for the bail application because we were told to move to put the army on notice. And incidentally, the Federal High Court is on vacation for Christmas. So there is nothing we can do now on the aspect of the court. Definitely from the aspect of the court to move any motion for their bail, whatever, is going to be next year. And now the people are dying. Within the space of between Wednesday to Tuesday, 2 people are dead. How many more? According to the question posed by Professor Patrick Mobogare, who is the next person to die? Who will be the next person now to die? And we are working. Yes, they are working. They are working, and nothing is coming out. There is no tangible thing for the people to say, okay, this is what we are doing exactly, and this is how we are moving. It was at this Senator Ned Nwoko also. You saw how he moved when the king was arrested, and at the end of the day, they released the king. But apart from that tangible effort, how many tangible effort are we seeing as to this Okuama issue? Let us set up what really happened. What were the army doing? All this army congregating for a supposed peace mission, and the police were not aware, the government were not aware, the community were not aware that the army are going on a peace mission. Nobody's talking about that one. They just conclude that Okuama people killed army. It is not so. It is a court that can say these are the people who killed the army first before we cannot begin to say, okay, these are the culprits who did it. You just pick up leaders who don't stay in Okuama. These people we are talking about now that are dying, they don't stay in the community. They're just that they are community leaders. So if anything happens in their community, you arrest them and you kidnap them, because it is not arrest. You pick them up and you start to kill them in your detention. And somehow you think the people are happy.
Okay, Mr.
So that is why the people are thinking of going to ICC. That is the only way.
All right, Chief Akpokona,
the army is not responding. The only option is to go to ICC.
All right, Chief Akpokona, we want to, first of all, share our condolences to you and, of course, to the community. We understand how you really feel. It's very painful. And we recall that here at News Central, we were neither not happy with the fact that 17 army soldiers, rather, were killed as well. It's quite sad. But we're wrapping up this conversation. I want to thank you. I just want to get just a yes or no from you. Have the Okuama community been able to retrieve the bodies of these two persons?
No. It's a no. And no information whatsoever. No information whatsoever as to where the corpse are. But it's only background information that the family got, that Oghoroko was taken to a morgue in River State after his death. But for the Dennis, we don't know whether they also took it to the same morgue, but we don't know. And no communication to the family or to anybody.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. And we hope to revisit this story again. Hopefully by then, Mr. Uzor, you would have an update for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.